Hi everyone, good evening. Can you please confirm if you can hear me clearly? Yes, guys, can you hear me? Okay. So from today we will be starting with JavaScript. So now I will be sharing my screen. Just confirm if it is visible to you. Visible, okay. Others, can you see it? Guys, please confirm because sometimes the screen won't be visible for a few of you. So that's why I'm asking. Okay, fine. I'm starting the session. So from today we are going to start with JavaScript. So JavaScript is a scripting language, and we use it to add interactivity to a website. Okay, just a simple example. If once you create your website structure using HTML and you design it using CSS or maybe a framework like Bootstrap, once everything is done, now it's time to add interactivity. So as an example, if you have created a button, after clicking on that button, what should happen? Okay, that thing you can create using JavaScript. So today we will be learning about few like very basic concepts of JavaScript, and in the next session we will learn about DOM structure and everything. Okay, how to link buttons with HTML elements, all those topics. So we will see from the next session. Today we will cover all the basic things. So the first topic for today is variables. Okay, let's understand what are variables. A variable is just like a container where you can store any kind of data. Okay, there are different data types which you can store inside a variable. So in JavaScript, we have many data types. Like some common data types are number, string, boolean. Okay. Then we also have undefined as a data type. We have a object data type, null data type. Okay. So any kind of data you can store in a place, and that place is called as a variable, a container which can store some value. There are different ways of declaring this variable in JavaScript. So we have these three different keywords. We will see all of them one by one, and we will also understand the difference. Okay. But first, let me tell you the data types, the common data types that we are going to use today. First is a number. So number will include any number with or without fraction. Okay. With or without decimal. That becomes number data type. Then we have string. String is nothing but sequence of characters. Characters can be anything. Just the thing is, if you put quotations around it, that becomes a string. Then we have Boolean. So Boolean data type will have only two values, either true or false. Okay. Apart from this, we also have a object data type. We also have undefined and null. Okay. So we will see it one by one now. Let's see practically how we can declare the variables, and also we'll understand the difference between var, late and const. So guys, is my compiler visible? Guys, can you see the editor? I hope I'm audible. Okay. Guys, please keep on saying yes or no. Otherwise, I won't understand if you're listening to the session or not. Okay. So before we see variables, we'll see how we can link our HTML and JavaScript file together. So there are two ways of doing it. First is you can directly include your script inside the body tag. Okay. Here you can write your JavaScript code. Another way is you can use the external JavaScript file. Okay. You just have to mention the source attribute in the script. So part of my JavaScript file is script.js. Okay. And that's it. We have linked our JS file with HTML. So now we are good to go with, I'll open script.js. Okay. So we are talking about variables. There are three keywords. We have var, we have late, and the last one is const. Okay. These are different keywords that we use in order to declare the variables. Guys, if there is any question, kindly put in the chat box. So the syntax is, we first define whether we want a var, late or const variable. Then we give variable name. Okay. Just like if you want to write your name, you will first give a title like Mr. Rajesh or Miss Pratiksha. Okay. So a title and the name. Just like that, we can use any of these title and then name of the variable. So let's say I'm creating a var variable and my variable name is A. Okay, that's how we declare variable in JavaScript. And to print value of this variable on the console, we can use console.log directly the variable name. Okay. Now guys, understand in JavaScript what happens is, if you don't give value to a variable, there is a default value that gets stored, and that value is nothing but undefined. Okay. So I will execute it and I'll open the console. Okay. If you can see over here, it says undefined. Okay. So if you have not initialized your variable, the value that gets stored by default in the variable is undefined. Okay. Now, if you want to initialize your variable, you will use a equal to sign and whatever value you want. Okay. So this values data type is number. Okay, number data type. You can also check the data type using type of operator. Okay, when you say type of and then the variable name, it gives you the data type of this value. So you can see it says number. So any number with or without decimal value comes under number data type. Similarly, you can create any variable. Okay, I will once show you few data types. So let's say I want to create one more variable name equal to. If you use these quotations, and you can enter anything, any sequence of characters in these quotations. Okay, so sequence of characters enclosed within quotations are nothing but the string data type in JavaScript. Okay, so if you check type of this name, it will say string. Okay, and the one more basic data type we have is a boolean value. Okay, inside boolean you can only store two values. Either you can store true, make sure t in true should be in lowercase, or other possible value is false. Okay, only these two. And let's check type of this. Okay, apart from this you have null data type, undefined data type, object data type. Okay, that we will learn in the next session. Okay, slowly. For now, is there any question or any doubt you have? Yes, anyone? Is there any question so far? No. Okay. I will tell you a few rules for giving name to your variable. Okay. And after that, you can work on the variables thus. And then we will discuss about late and const keyword. Okay. So rules are very simple. When you want to give name to your variable, make sure you don't start with the number. So it means this should not be like this. Okay, you cannot give you cannot start with the number. Okay, you can use a number at the end or in between, that is fine. Okay, next is you should avoid using special characters in your variable name. Special character means let's say a hashtag, @ or maybe ampersand or star. Okay, underscore is allowed, and you cannot use any keywords as your variable names. Okay, because keywords are reserved words in JavaScript, they have their meaning already. So just to give you an example, this var, late and const are keywords. Okay, see, if I use late as my variable name, it will give you an issue. Okay, because compiler will get confused, okay, between the keyword and your variable name. So you should avoid doing this. You cannot use any keyword as your variable name. So these are few rules for creating the variable names. So by following all these rules, I want you guys to create var variables. One should be a number. You should also check data type of all your variables: number, string, and a boolean. Once you're done, please put D in the chat box so that I can move on to next topic. Are you done? Shall I move on to next topic? Guys, can you please confirm quickly? Okay, I'm moving on to next topic. Now we will see these two keywords, late and const, and then we'll understand the difference between var, late, and const. Okay. So late is another keyword that you can use in order to create your variable. So let's say var num1 equal to 10. Okay. Any kind of data you can store inside your late variable as well. Okay. And also the const variable. Now there are few rules and there are few differences between late, const and var. Okay. That we will understand. So first difference is var variable is a global scope variable. Okay. But late and const are block scope variable. Okay. So it means, let me share my entire screen so that I can show you. Okay. I will create three variables. Num1 equal to 10. Okay. Late will be num2 and the last is const. Okay. What I mentioned was var is global scope variable, but late and const are block scope. Okay. It means, let's say if I put everything inside a block. Okay. Block is nothing but just curly brackets. Even if you put the curly brackets, it will become a block. Okay. I will print all the variables inside this block. So let's say console.log num1, num2 and num3. Okay. Same thing I will do outside this block as well. Okay. And see if I execute it. You can see for the inside the block it printed all the values 10, 12 and 11. Okay. These three. After that console.log num1 which is 10, it printed value 10. Okay. It means I was able to access my var variable outside this block. Okay. But when I tried to access the late and const, you can see it resulted in reference error. Okay. It says reference error num2 is not defined because this late variable is accessible only inside this block. Okay. And you can see the memory allocation as well. Let me see if I can show you that. Hmm. Okay. Fine. Okay, so guys, if you can see over here, we have something called scope. Okay. Inside scope, we have local. Okay. We have closure, script, and global. Okay. Let's execute this script. Why this is happening? Okay. Just give me a second, guys. Yeah. So if you can see over here in the scope, it created something called block and it says num2 and num3. which are late and const variable, okay? But num1 is not available in the block. You will find this num1, which is a var variable inside the global scope, okay? So let's scroll down, scroll down. Okay, you will find it in the global scope itself, okay? And that's the reason why we were not able to access values of num2 and num3 outside this block. Next difference is there is something called like hoisting concept, okay? Hoisting means we can access a variable even before initializing it, okay? So see, if I do console.log num1, and let me try to do same thing with the late variable log num. Okay, I'm trying to access my num1 and num2 before I'm initializing the values for it. So you can see I was able to access num1 before initializing it, and it says undefined because we know before we initialize any variable, there is a default value which is undefined. So that was fine. Okay. So it means where variables are hoisted. But in case of late, what happened is it says reference error cannot access num2 before initialization. Okay. So it means we are not able to access this num2, which is a late variable. Same thing will happen with const also. You cannot access those variables before initializing it. Okay. But it doesn't mean that late and const variables are not hoisted. They are also hoisted, but there is some extra zone, okay, in which they get their memory before we initialize the value for late and const, okay, something called temporal dead zone. And we cannot access variables in the temporal dead zone. That is the reason we are not able to access it before we initialize. And one more difference is var and late, okay, you can just declare them. If you don't initialize it, that is fine, but in case of const you will have to initialize it. So see, it means you cannot do something like this. You will have to initialize your const variable the time you are declaring it, and you cannot change the value of const variable. That will be constant. So these are few differences in var, late, and const. Is there any question? Have any question, I want you to try all these things, and please understand the difference in var, late, and const. I'm giving you 8 minutes to do this task. And if you have any query, please put in the chat box. Okay, no question, then please continue with the task. And once you are done, please put D in the chat box. Fine. Great. So I'm moving on to next point now. Where is that? So we have like these data types: string, number, begin, boolean, okay, undefined, null, symbol, and object. Out of which we have discussed about three, okay. Undefined and null also we will discuss, okay. For object, we will discuss in the next session probably. So right now we will see the operators. So there are different types of operators in JavaScript, like arithmetic, assignment. We have comparison operators, string, logical, bitwise, and finally we have ternary operator. You will understand the ternary operator very quickly once we learn about conditional statements. So in arithmetic, you have all the mathematical related operators. So like we have addition. These are the symbols and description like subtraction, multiplication. For division, we use this. We have few new things. Double star is nothing but exponentiation. Okay, power operator basically. Then we have modulus. Modulus operator will give you remainder after the division. Okay, for example, if we divide 5 by 2, okay, the remainder is 1. That this modulus operator will give you. And then we have this plus plus, which is increment operator. It will increment the value by 1, and opposite we have decrement operator. So I will just show you one out of that. Say, let's say I have created variables. One is 10 and in another variable I'm storing 25. Okay. Okay. Uh, okay. Let's say I want to know what is 10 raised to 5. So I can simply say A, that double star operator, which is power operator 5. It's same as A raised to 5. So A is 10. So it should give us the value of A raised to 5. Okay. So you can see it is giving. So what I want is I want you to create a calculator. Okay. Create two variables, store the numbers inside it, and perform all the operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and also modulus. Please do it quickly, and once you are done, please let me know. So moving on, next are assignment operators. Okay, so like equal to, plus equal to. Equal to we used to assign the value. Plus equal to is same uh, this is the example. Okay, x equal to x plus y. In short form you can write x plus equal to y. Same we have for minus equal to, multiplication equal to, division, and all those things. Okay, these comes under assignment operators. Then we have comparison operators, in which we have double equal to. Double equal to will check only the value. Okay, if the value is same or not. Then we have triple equal to, which will check value along with its data type. Okay, we will understand the difference with the help of an example. Similarly, we have not equal to, okay, and not double equal to. Then we have greater than, less than, greater than equal to, less than equal to. This operators will understand using conditional statement, and this is the ternary operator. Okay, so let's see like first two, double equal to and triple equal to, and using which I will also tell you the difference between your undefined and null. So consider I have created a variable, uh, let's say let a equal to. Inside this, I am storing a value called undefined. I will create another variable, and here I am storing the value null. Okay. Let's check the data type of both of these variables. A and type of B. Okay. So if you execute it, you can see for undefined, I have already told you we have undefined data type, and for null, it says object. Okay. Now the difference over here is undefined and null are one at the same thing. Okay, it means empty values. Okay, undefined is also an empty value, null is also an empty value. Okay, but the data type, so basically you can consider these values are same but data types are different. So if I say console.log a double equal to b, okay, and if I see the answer, you can see it says true. Okay, true, because double equal to will check only if values are same. Okay, so undefined and null are same because both are empty values. But if you try to do same thing with triple equal to operator, triple equal to will check value as well as the data type. So in this case, you can see it will say false because though values are same, but the data type of both the things are different. Understood? Clear. Okay. Now the next operators we will see with the help of conditional statements. So I will not go into detail as of now. Then we have logical operators. So logical and, or, and, not. These are the symbols. So these operators do the same thing. Like let's say you're going to buy something. Okay, maybe shirt and pant. Okay, if you need both the things, what you will do is you will say I want shirt and pant. Okay, you say and, so it means you want both the things. Same logical and works the same way. It will work only if both the conditions are true. Okay, Then we have logical or. Okay, let's say in case you want one, okay, either pants or the shirt. Okay, so if any one condition is true, that time or will work, and then we have not, which is opposite. So let's see the conditional statements, and we will use these operators over there as well. So what are conditional statements? Conditional statements are basically based on a condition. If you want to perform some task, in that case you use conditional statements. Okay, so we have if statement, else statement, and we also have if and else if. Okay, in case you want to check multiple conditions. So I will only explain you if and else because we don't have much time. The next part, which is if else, if and else if, you I want you to go through it by your own. Okay, so let's take an example to understand the conditional statement. The example is, let's say based on your score, your parents are deciding whether you should get a iPhone or not. Okay, so let's say I'm creating a variable marks. Let's say you got 90. Okay, the condition was your mark should be greater than 90. Okay, so we write if, and after this in bracket we can write the condition. So condition is marks greater than sign 90. Then in order to define block of this if, we use curly brackets. Okay, inside this I will simply say you will get iPhone. Okay, so this block will be executed only if the condition you wrote over here is true. Okay, if the condition is not true, it will go to else block. Else will not have any condition, it doesn't take in any condition, it's just like anything else. Okay, so here we will say now see currently marks are 90, and it will check the condition 90 greater than 90, which is not true. Okay, 90 is equal to 90, it is not greater than 90. So this condition is now unsatisfied, it is false. So if the condition is false, it goes to else and it should execute the else block. So you can see it says better luck next time. If I put greater than or equal to, this is greater than or equal to sign. In this case, our condition is satisfied because marks are equal to 90. So if block will be executed. So now your task is create a variable, store a number inside it, and you should check if that number is even or odd using if and else. Once you are done, please let me know. Great. Okay. So, guys, now the next one was if and else if. But I want you guys to go through that topic because today I have one more topic to cover. Yeah. Okay, please kindly go through if else if. Let me just show you the ternary operator part. Okay. Now, this thing you can write it in the single line as well. Okay. For example, you will say result equal to, okay, write the condition marks greater than 90. Okay. Then we use ternary operator, which is a question mark. Okay. After this, true part will come. So it means if this condition is true, what should happen? So this should happen. Okay. It should say congratulations. Okay. Else, so we represent it using colon. In else, the false part should be there. Okay, that's it. This is ternary operator. So based on this condition, if this is true, before colon, this part will be executed. If this condition is false, this part will be executed. Okay. So see if I comment this out, I will simply print my result console.log result. I forgot. Okay, so you can see we are getting the same result as if and else. So that's how ternary operator will work. Okay, I'm moving on to next topic, which is loops. Okay, loops are used when you want to execute particular piece of code repeatedly. Okay, 10 times, 100 times, 50 times. Now here we have different types of loops. We first basic we have for loop, while loop, then we have for in loop and for off loop. Okay, for in and for off loop, these loops are helpful in case you're trying to iterate through a object. And then we have do while loop. So do while is just like if you want to execute a specific thing at least one, okay, at least once, in that case we can go for do while loop. So today we will just talk about for loop and if possible while as well, and then we'll end the session. Okay. Now let's consider that you want to print numbers from 1 to 10, okay? So it's not like that you will write console.log1, console.log2 10 times, okay? That is not a good way to write the code. We always go for loops. We avoid repeating lines of code, okay? So let's say you want to print numbers from 1 to 10. So how you can do it using for loop? You will write for, take the round brackets. Here you should mention three things. Okay, first is initialization. Okay, so I am using one iterable where I want to initialize it to 1. Okay, you can initialize it with any number of your choice based on how many times you want to execute your loop. I want to execute it 10 times because I need 10 numbers. So I will say till this I is less than or equal to 10. And the third part is I want to increment value of I by 1. Okay, I equal to I plus 1. So I'm using that increment operator. Then to define the block of for, we use curly brackets. Here I will simply print console.log I. Okay. Why I am using over here? Because in this I only we will be having all the values. Okay. Initially it is 1. Then it checks the condition if 1 is less than equal to 10. If it is 2, then it comes inside the loop and it executes. Okay. After execution, it increments the value of I. So now I will become 2. Again, it checks the condition 2 less than equal to 10. Yes. Come inside the loop, execute it. Okay. After that, again increment it. So it will keep on doing till this particular condition is true. So see, when I ran it, it displays all the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 till 10. When the value of I becomes 11, this condition becomes false, and that's the reason loop is terminated. Understood how for loop works? If you have understood for loop, your task is you have to, using for loop, you have to print all the odd numbers in the range 1 to 20. Only odd numbers you should print. So guys, I will wait for 5 minutes for any question or doubt you have. uh, Otherwise I will end the session. That was it from my side for today's class.